Making a Stuart model steam plant, part 43. Completing the mahogany planking on the top surface of the baseboard, including the planks around the drain. The last time you saw this baseboard, it was clamped in the vise to hold the mahogany to the baseboard. Now everything's okay, and I'm just rubbing down the area to remove any surplus cyanoacrylate adhesive. I've always used this type of adhesive for mahogany planking, and I've never had any problems. I use a generous amount of this adhesive, and once the mahogany plank has stuck to the wood, it really is stuck. And if you don't believe me, please stick a piece of mahogany planking to a scrap piece of wood. Leave the job for a few hours and then try and remove the plank. You will find it difficult. I speak from experience. Occasionally I have managed to stick a plank in the wrong place. Once the CA glue is set, it's really strong stuff. A few expert viewers have pointed out that it's not waterproof, but I'm not sure about this. I've never had any problems, and I've used it on model boats. But of course, don't forget, planking on a model boat is heavily varnished, so the water never gets through the varnish layer, never mind the wood. When planking a model boat, I would always varnish the underside of the planking former that I'm planking on. This prevents any water from getting to the adhesive layer from the underside. After one of the planks failed to stick to the baseboard properly, I'm using a different method. Here you see a lot of weights. The square blocks are cast iron that I bought for an axle box job for a locomotive a while back. But as you can see, I never did that job, so I still have the cast iron. Normally I would do this planking job in one go, but I thought just for a change I'll split it over 2 or 3 episodes. Lately I've been busy with other things like sorting out the massive water leak in my car. And of course, I don't sit in the workshop all of the time. When I have my dinner, I sit in the kitchen. In this clip, I'm marking the position where the grate's going to be. As I mentioned in the last episode, I have ordered a piece of brass box section, but that hasn't arrived yet. I need to be accurate with this part of the job. And here I'm using the grate turned upside down as a template for cutting the mahogany to size. It's essential that the grate sits in the right place once I've finished the job. I'm shortening each of the planks now. I've cut them so that they still overhang at the end of the board, but they need to be perfectly level with each other on the inside edge of the hole. I will trim all around the edge of the baseboard using my belt sander when the job's finished. Then I will fit some more pieces of mahogany around the edge of the board to finish it off. As you can see in this clip, I use the same principle most of the time. Plenty of cyanoacrylate adhesive, dip the edge in the adhesive first, then fit the plank. I'm back to the full length planks now, and purely by look, they line up perfectly with the hole in the baseboard at this end. With the last plank in place, I notice that there's a bit of run out on the board, and I can't help but wonder whether it's the mahogany that's the wrong size or the baseboard. I thought that this original piece of board that I bought was 16 inches from front to back. But when I measure the mahogany measures 16 inches at this end, and at the other end, the mahogany also measures 16 inches. I will fix this when I use my belt sander to clean around the outside edge. Here I'm very carefully fitting all the small pieces. I have to shape one of the planks to fit in this part. Once again, I'm using the brass grate as a template, which showed that I needed to cut the piece of mahogany planking as shown here. This was done using my bandsaw and it fitted perfectly. I cut the short plank to length and stuck it in position. And here, at long last, the final small pieces of planking are stuck in position. And to make sure that the last few short planks didn't move, I used 3 clamps over a very small area. I can't do anything at all now with this baseboard until the adhesive is fully set. I thought I would revisit this old Stuart 1010. I think I'm going to make a separate series about rebuilding this. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, but potentially I can put it right. There is definite evidence, in my opinion, that more than one person built this. The man who machined the main engine parts didn't finish it. The exhaust piping is disgraceful and the massive flanges are just ridiculous. And worst of all, it's fitted with a Mahogany flywheel, specially drilled out to fit on the crankshaft. The flywheel will be the first to go. While the adhesive was drying on the baseboard, I thought I will start the series which will be called How to Rebuild an Old Stuart 1010V Steam Engine. That's it for now. Stay healthy, thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my main Steam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.